Press. I want to bring back this statement that we do have from Iran's supreme leader. Take a look at this here on your screen, in which he said, quote, "Let the Americans know that the Iranian nation is not one to surrender, and any military intervention on their part will undoubtedly result in irreparable damage." This was only the Ayatollah's second public comment since Israel launched its attack against Iran last week.
So, as you see the statement from the Iranian leader, Trump has said that we're trying to avoid war as long as Iran surrenders. And there are people who are trying to take that as, oh, Trump is still trying to avoid war. And I'm like, how? How do you see that? First of all, let's start with this. In the latest poll on YouGov, 60% of the country is saying they don't believe that the U.S. military should get involved in the conflict between Israel and Iran. And I don't know who that other 40% is. They say 16% say yes, 24% are unsure. Here's the thing. Amongst that 60% is 53% of people who voted for Trump. So more than half his own party is not supporting going into this war. This is going to be very defining for Trump and his presidency, especially as one who's campaigned and marketed himself as the one who's able to get the deal done. Somebody who ran on the promise of he's going to stop the wars and all of this once he gets into office. Because we know if he wasn't in office right now, he would be saying, oh, none of this would be happening if I was there. So now he's in the hot seat. What is Trump going to do? His base is not supporting it. The American people are not supporting it. But his words are pretty much saying that we are going to support Israel regardless of it. Because it's like, if you get into an issue with your neighbor and I'm your friend, and I'm saying, you know what? As long as your neighbor surrenders, they ain't got nothing to worry about, because I know where their leader is really hiding and I know how to get to them. But as long as they surrender, we ain't gonna have no smoke. Now, should your neighbor feel as though he has nothing to worry about, or should your neighbor feel like, damn, this person's really going to get involved too? And that's why Iran is making all of these big threats, because they're looking at it and they're like, yo, y'all are posturing up to give them full support. And Iran feels as though Israel is in the wrong, and Israel feels as though Iran is in the wrong. So by saying only one side it needs to surrender and not saying anything about what Israel needs to do, we already know the direction that this is leaning in.
How many people live in Iran, by the way?
I don't know the population.
At all?
No, I don't know the population.
You don't know the population of the country you seek to topple?
How many people live in Iran?
92 million.
Okay. Yeah,
how could you not know that?
I don't sit around memorizing population tables.
Well, it's kind of relevant because you're calling for the overthrow of the government.
Why is it relevant whether it's 90 million or 80 million or 100 million? Why is that relevant?
Because if you don't know anything about the country...
I didn't say I don't know anything about
Okay, what's the ethnic mix of Iran?
They are Persians and predominantly Shia. Okay, this is cute.
It's not even. You don't know anything about Iran. So
okay, I am not the Tucker Carlson expert on Iran.
You're a senator who's calling for the overthrow of the government.
You're the one who
don't know anything about the country.
No, you don't know anything about the country. You're the one who claims they're not trying to murder Donald Trump. You're the
I'm
one
not saying that.
who can't figure out if it was a good idea to kill General Soleimani, and you said it was bad.
You don't believe they're trying to murder Trump.
Yes, I do.
Because you're not calling for military strikes against them in retaliation. And if you really believe
we're
that,
carrying out military strikes today.
You said Israel was.
Right, with our help. I said we. Israel is leading them, but we're supporting them.
That one, he slipped right there. Got him.
Well, you're breaking news here, because the U.S. government last night denied, the National Security Council spokesman Alex Pfeiffer denied on behalf of Trump that we were acting on Israel's behalf in any offensive capacity.
No, we're not bombing them. Israel's bombing them.
You just said we were.
We are supporting Israel.
High stakes. You're a senator. If you're saying the United States government is at war with Iran right now, people are listening.
Okay. Growing up in Sunday school, I was taught from the Bible, those who bless Israel will be blessed, and those who curse Israel will be cursed. And from my perspective, I want to be on the blessing side of things.
Of those who bless the government of Israel?
Those who bless Israel is what it says. It doesn't say the government of it, says the nation of Israel. So that's in the Bible. As a Christian, I believe that.
Where is that?
I can find it to you. I don't have the scripture off the tip of my. You pull out the phone and use the.
It's in Genesis. So you're quoting a Bible phrase. You don't have context for it. And you don't know where in the Bible it is, but that's like your theology. I'm confused. What does that even mean?
Tucker.
I'm a Christian. I want to know what you're talking about.
Okay. Where does my support for Israel come from? Number one, because biblically we're commanded to support Israel. But number two,
hold on.
I'm not holding on.
Hold on. You're a senator, and now you're throwing out theology, and I am a Christian, and I am allowed to weigh in on this. We are commanded as Christians to support the government of Israel?
We are commanded to support Israel. And what
does that mean, Israel?
We're told those who bless Israel will be blessed.
But what, hold on, define Israel. This is important. Are you kidding? This is a majority Christian country.
Define Israel? Do you not know what Israel is? That would be the country you've asked like 49 questions about.
So that's what Genesis, that's what God is talking about.
The nation of Israel, yes.
So is that the current borders, the current leadership? He's talking about the political entity called Israel?
He's talking about the nation of Israel. Yet nations exist, and he's discussing a nation. A nation was the people of Israel.
Is the nation
They're the
God's
descendants of
referring
Abraham.
to in Genesis, is that the same as the country run by Benjamin Netanyahu right now?
Yes.
Tyler Perry is being drug out the closet. Man, listen, I don't know if anybody is shocked per se, but this is crazy. So, Tyler was being sued from one of his former actors on The Oval, Derek Dixon, for $260 million. He's saying that back in 2019, he met Tyler at an event, and Tyler picked him out of a crowd and asked him for his phone number, saying that he'll have a role for him. Ain't this some Harvey Weinstein sounding type shit? They said Tyler gave him a small role in 2 episodes of a show called Ruthless. Then in 2020, he says Tyler invited him to his Atlanta home, hoping to build a friendship that would lead to more acting roles, so he went. But he says while he was there, he drank too much and ended up sleeping in the guest room. He said Tyler got into the bed with him and started touching his thighs, and although he rejected the advances that night, Tyler still remained interested. Shortly afterwards, he then landed a role as Dale on The Oval, but he claims that it was around this time that Tyler started firing these sexually suggestive texts and inquiring what this guy's sexual preferences were and telling him that he has sleep. And Tyler admitted that he sleeps with men to this guy. He said again, he invited him to his house in Atlanta, started flirting with him and talking real spicy to him, right? Asking him if he likes it rough in bed and, things like that. He says he grabbed Derek by the throat saying, "Look how excited you just got." He said he fought him off, and that was the end of that. But he's pretty much trying to allege that Tyler Perry was on some Harvey Weinstein shit, saying at the end of one of the seasons of The Oval, his character was shot, so it was left on like a cliffhanger, and Tyler was kind of insinuating like, if you make it do what it do, I might be able to keep your role going and, keep your dream alive of being a full-time actor. Brother. I don't know what the f- is going on with this situation, but apparently, listen, nobody is really that shocked. He plays Medea, doesn't mean that he's gay necessarily. Some folks, that does. But when he popped out with that kid and we ain't ever seen the baby mother or the woman or the wife or nothing that came along with that kid, that was a major red flag to me, because I don't know too many guys that just want to run around and be a single baby father. Like, that's some unheard of stuff to me. So when I first seen that and heard about that, I already was suspicious enough. Like, yeah, we could wrap this investigation up. I think it, the jury's come back with the verdict. But now this guy is saying that Tyler has been trying to get his cheeks for roles in the acting world. And I don't know how much these Medea movies pay, but he ain't having it. Dude won $260 million. He on some Me Too movement type ish. And now this also brings up when there was this other actor on Tyler's show who was kind of hinting that there was some inappropriate things going on, and that he felt uncomfortable with the stuff that was happening too. And that I guess one of the guys tried him. We all thought it was Tyler Perry, but he said it wasn't Tyler Perry. Now we pretty much know. What's your thoughts on this, man? This is crazy. First Diddy, now this. And you already know once one accusation start rolling in, might be only a matter of time before we hear more stories about what Tyler Perry's been up to. Y'all get in the comments, man. This one's wild. Oh, hold up. They trying to rough up my little homie. First the jab to the face, give a little push off, and boom. Oh man, WNBA, they trying to play like this the big three in there. Yeah, the Connecticut Sun is the worst team in the W right now, so I'm sure they came in there real scrappy, like, nah, We ain't letting her get away with nothing. We ain't getting no W on the court, but we gonna get a W. Look at all this white on white crime. I can't believe what my eyes are seeing. They just abusing this girl. Damn, why they doing the GOAT like that? They don't appreciate what she done brought to the game. Damn. She got to put some muscle on this offseason. A Chicago teacher has been charged for sleeping with a 14-year-old student over 45 times. She revealed to the student that her husband, get this, had an affair with her best friend. So to get even, she started having an affair with the minor. Come on. Now, she's facing 60 years in prison. But catch this, her husband is standing by her side along the way, at least for now. How Caucasian is this? Y'all check this out, y'all.
You can grab whatever you need.
Whatever I need.
Yeah, whatever you need. Your phone, your purse, you come grab it. Is she going somewhere? Or? Yeah, we're gonna explain everything to you.
Yeah, she's going to jail. That's where she's going. She's going straight to the slammer.
Guys, so go ahead and turn around for me.
Excuse me, is my husband coming with?
Yeah.
How you going? Don't ask for me now. Don't ask for me now. You wanted to get your get back. Don't ask for me. If you get jammed up, don't mention my name.
Take his phone number down. We're staying in touch with him. We're just going down to Grove, we're 10 minutes away.
No, I know, but I really would prefer that my husband's with me.
Of course.
Am I in trouble? Like, I'm so lost right now.
Sure you don't want a tissue or something?
I'm feeling I'm gonna throw up.
Want a bag?
See, this is that pretty privilege right there. What are you offering her a tissue for or a bag? If this was a guy who did this to a 14-year-old girl, you think we want to sit there and help him wipe his tears? No, this lady's a pervert. 14? Come on.
Please, please.
All right.
Get her out of here. 45 times, 45 years. Get out of here. She's facing up to 60 years, 45 times, give her 45 years. That'll straighten everything out. The nerve. She wild. She lost her damn mind. The ultimate crasher.